today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and fourth is a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
And Madison hit, and the ball pops free.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Hopkins.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
The Charger offense ready for their first possession, and it's Justin Herbert at the helm in his 2nd season now out of Oregon.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Hyde running right. Hyde a first down and more. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Rolling to his left. And he's taken in by the tight end Fant. Touchdown! Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins, it's complete to Hopkins.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to back him up almost a full 10 yards. It's going to be a loss of 9 officially, and it's 4th down.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on 3rd down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big-time play for the D, and now they have the advantage.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Jackson to return. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big gain that time for the Chargers. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A handoff, it's Eckler, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 14th touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it's Austin Eckler.
kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Play fake. Cousins. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Cameron Hayward make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Here's Madison running left. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, Jackson. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here are the Chargers to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At the 34. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Herbert. Steps away to his left. And got his man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground. This time it's high.
And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
They run high. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Handoff comes to Hyde. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 21-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it was capped off by a Carlos Hyde touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A first down throw for Cousins. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Cameron Hayward in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
After the sack on first down, Cousins. They'll get this underneath to Madison. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Cousins on 3rd and 2. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Oh, no.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll throw again. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Stephon Tuitt. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down with backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Jackson now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Herbert on first down now. He's got Fuller. And some room to maneuver. Sheds off the tackle. Touchdown, Chargers. Will Fuller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it is 28-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
John Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And all the way down to the 27. A big play there for L.A.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. This is caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On the handoff, it's Madison. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Now a give to Madison. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins, and the catch made by Hopkins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now a dump off here complete, and they'll get this down to the 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. To throw is Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
And, Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Charger offense making their way back out there. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
First throw now for the backup Tua Tagovailoa. This one out left to the tight end Burton. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From midfield, here's Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
From the 50, here's Herbert. He's got his tight end fan. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On 1st and 10, Herbert.
Going right back to Fant.
He will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
More from L.A. in a moment.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They run with Spiller, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will extend this big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw, Cousins. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Throwing, Cousins. Caught, left side, Hopkins. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Cousins throw there taken in by Smith.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. Cousins. And as he throws and the ball is out, it's a live football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now Herbert following the turnover. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Herbert now. Flush to his right. And it'll be intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Cousins.
And that's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
Again, it's Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Eckler, touchdown, Chargers. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He finds Hopkins complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Cousins again. He finds his target, John Brown. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down. He finds his man complete. That's Hopkins. They're going to hurry back to the line now. First down. Here's Cousins. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on second down. Cousins firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging it.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs. I knew every note to their school's fight song.
That ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no. There was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
The extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jackson now to return. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Chargers, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.